And what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. This is going to be our championship recap show. We're going to break down the 4 CIF Southern Section championship football games from Saturday night. We also had one from Friday night. That would be Centennial and Santa Margarita from the Rose Bowl. We had live coverage on the Inland Sports Show YouTube channel, on Instagram as well. If you missed it, we're going to recap that game as well. So this is our football championship recap. We'll also look ahead to the state playoffs. This is the Southern California regional round, and we've got Hillcrest and Valley View in the hunt for state championships. We'll also mix in some high school soccer and some CBU men's basketball into the show as well. But let's start with some high school football. I hope you had a chance to watch Riverside TV on Saturday night. We had live Friday night pep rallies on a Saturday night with pregame, halftime, and postgame shows in the big Division 10 championship game between Hillcrest and Tahquitz. But while we were at Norte Vista High School for the D10 finals, I was watching Valley View live taking on Baldwin Park in Division 11. 2 Sun Belt League schools, both teams trying to win CIF titles and get to the state playoffs. Well, I saw Baldwin Park up 17 Valley View was up 17-10 on Baldwin Park. Baldwin Park had the football late in the fourth quarter. They scored the touchdown. They elect to go for the 2-point conversion, and they got it. So Baldwin Park took an 18-17 lead on Valley View with less than a minute to go in this game. But as I always say, you can never count out the Eagles. Here's what happened. Inland Sports. It's the Bass Athletics play of the week. Valley View drove down the field, led by QB Jesse Vega. They get in field goal position, and Efrain Dominguez, Valley View High School legend, boots the game-winning field goal with just seconds left on the clock. It is all good. Splits the uprights, and Valley View is your CIF Southern Section Division 11 champions of the world. 20-18 the final score against Baldwin Park. The Eagles, your Division 11 champions, and Efrain Dominguez delivering our Bass Athletics play of the week. Nobody loves kickers more than us here on the Inland Sports Show, and Efrain Dominguez playing the role of hero for Valley View. It's so important to have a good kicker in high school football. I know a lot of teams, go for the 2-point conversion, or on fourth down, they'll go for it if they feel like they're close enough. But man, to have a kicker as a real luxury, and Valley View's got a real one with Efrain Dominguez. So with that victory, the season is not done for the Valley View Eagles. They are going to play on the road, taking on Valley Center, a CIF champion from the San Diego section, kind of down in that Escondido area. So Valley View will head down there to continue the playoffs. This is the Southern California regional round. If they win this one, then they would play for a state championship the following week. That's one of our Kin Sporting Goods must-see games. And we'll see if Valley View can do it again. I mean, they've had a great season so far. We've got 2 Sun Belt League schools in the hunt for state championships. Valley View in Division 6 AA, Hillcrest in 4A. We'll talk more about Hillcrest in just a moment. But first, Valley View wins the CIF Southern Section Division 11 championship. Now they go to the state playoffs. They're going to take on Valley Center. And here is the man of the moment, the man of the match, Efrain Dominguez, kicking that game-winning field goal. And an exclusive interview you'll see right here on the Inland Sports Show. Inland Sports. Now join us here on the Inland Sports Show. He has become an instant Valley View High School legend, kicking that game-winning field goal for a CIF Southern Section championship in Division 11. It's Valley View kicker Efrain Dominguez. And Efrain, first off, man, I mean, winning that CIF championship, you having the game-winning kick, have you had a chance to let it soak in and you really, think about what just happened?
Yeah. I mean, I've been thinking about it. It kind of feels unreal, but it's a good feeling knowing that I've helped my team out get something that they wanted.
Well, Efrain, so, I was at the Hillcrest Tahquitz game, but I had your game on the live stream, and I was watching it the whole time. And I know you guys were up by a touchdown. Baldwin Park scored, and then they went for the 2-point conversion, and they got it. And I'm like, oh, man, This does not look good for the Eagles right now. But I was also thinking in the back of my mind, man, I hope Valley View has a good kicker. Like, what's his range? Can he, if they get in the field goal range, he'll have a chance to win it because it was 18-17. Baldwin Park was only leading by 1, so a field goal would win it. So at what point were you thinking, man, this might come down to me in a field goal attempt to win this thing?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as they scored those 2 extra points, I was already warming up. I already knew that it was probably going to come down to me. And I was just getting my my mindset prepared, staying calm, stretching, getting loose, and just, staying calm, being ready for that moment.
Have you kicked a game-winning field goal before?
No, that was that was my first one. I was pretty nervous, but I got it done.
So, Baldwin Park, they get the 2-point conversion. You're getting loose. You're getting warm. What's going through your mind? You try to just lock in, not talk to your teammates, or do you try to keep it loose and, try to not let the moment overtake you? What was kind of your approach?
I mean, I heard people in the stands, they were being like, "Oh, get ready, it's going to happen," and stuff. And my teammates were coming up to me, telling me stuff. And, I really love the support. I love them, trusting in me. And I just knew it was a big moment, and I knew I had to lock in. So I just did everything that I possibly could. I was praying, I was stretching, I was trying to just get, in that mindset, in that mood.
Well, let's give a shout out to your snapper and your holder as well. Can you give them a shout out? I mean, because obviously they play a big part in getting that kick off.
Yes. My holder, my snapper, Jose and Michael, I believe, were my snapper and my holder, and they always get it done for me. They always having it right there for me, and they hardly ever mess up.
So when you look at the whole season, Efrain, how many field goals did you have a chance to take this year?
I've had a chance to hit like a couple. I believe like somewhere around 5. I know I missed a couple as well. But yeah, I've hit some and I've missed some, but for moments like this, I knew I had to hit it for sure.
In that moment, do you just try to keep that positive mindset? Like, man, I've done this a bunch of times in practice on this very field. Like, I know I can do it. Forget about this. It's a CIF championship. I do this all the time.
Yeah. When I was there, I was just thinking like it's just practice. Pretty close. Nothing crazy. Just a warm up kick and just getting that game win.
So when you saw that ball split the uprights, what was that moment? I mean, was it relief? Was it excitement? Like, what was going through your mind?
I felt relieved. I was happy. I saw everybody cheering. Everybody was, jumping and stuff. And I was really proud of me and my team, and yeah, I was very relieved. Glad we got that win.
Now, Efrain, back in 2016, I remember covering Valley View. They won, I think it was Division 11 as well, just like you guys to win a CIF championship. Then they beat San Gorgonio in that SoCal Regional to get to the state championship game. So for you guys, what is the goal now? I know the CIF title's nice, but I'd imagine you guys want to go all the way and play a couple more games here, right?
Yeah, of course. We want to make our season a little bit longer, and it's not going to be easy, but I know if we have the right mindset, and we just stay strong in practice and we just, we compete, nothing's impossible. We could always get it done.
So you guys will be at Valley Center, which is in the San Diego section for this SoCal Regional. And if you win that one, then you'll go to the state finals, which will be in Southern California. It'll be a neutral site somewhere in Southern California. So, Efrain, you kind of just touched on it, but what do you think it's going to take for you guys to go on the road and play a team that, to be honest, I know you guys will do your homework on Valley Center, but we don't know a whole lot about them. What do you think the Valley View has to do to get a win?
I think we just have to, be strong-minded, stay composed, work hard, work together as a team, and just study, rest, and just be in the right mindset.
Now, the CIF Southern Section Championship is obviously a huge deal, and for you to kick the game-winning field goal, I know there was a couple seconds left on the clock, but that was basically the ball game right there to win that CIF championship. And Efrain, you will go down now as a Valley View legend, man. You'll be the guy who, won the game for the Eagles. I know you guys still have at least one more game, hopefully 2 more games to get to the state finals, but hopefully you can enjoy this moment a little bit, man, and kind of soak it in and what you guys were able to accomplish.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You got it. That's Efrain Dominguez, the star kicker for Valley View, booting home the game-winning field goal, 20-18, the final score against Baldwin Park for the CIF Southern Section Division 11 Championship. Efrain, congrats and best of luck against Valley Center this Friday night on the road.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Inland Sports.
Well, he became an instant Valley View High School legend, kicking that game-winning field goal against Baldwin Park for the Division 11 Championship. Congratulations to Efrain Dominguez and the Eags. Now they go on the road to Valley Center, taking on the Jaguars. Again, a champion from the San Diego section in Division 6AA for the state playoffs. So that'll be your Southern California Championship. You win that one, you move on to the next round. And for the CIF state playoffs, for that state championship game, they rotate from Northern California to Southern California. This round will be in Southern California, and there's 3 different sites. So we don't know exactly which neutral site it will be at, but there's 3 sites in 2 high schools and I think Saddleback College in Southern California for that championship round, if Valley View can win this Friday night, taking on Valley Center. All right, now we're going to go from Division 11 all the way to Division 1. We're going to take you out to the Rose Bowl. It was Centennial taking on Santa Margarita. We had live coverage right here on the Inland Sports Show YouTube channel. Our guy Jacob Pedroza and Coach Chris Chaddick were out at the Rose Bowl covering this game. They interviewed Coach Carson Palmer of Santa Margarita. Of course, our guy Matt Logan from Centennial High School. Those interviews are right here on the YouTube channel. Also on our YouTube, Instagram platform as well, if you want to look for those interviews with both coaches pregame and postgame. For Centennial, man, a lot of us were stunned, including myself. I really thought Centennial was going to win this game. In fact, I thought they were going to win by a couple touchdowns, but it was Santa Margarita win the Division I championship by a final score of 42-7. So Centennial only had 2 losses all season long, and they both came to Santa Margarita. One back in week number 1, back in August, in overtime, 33-27, and this one 42-7 for the Division I championship at the Rose Bowl. And what's crazy is if you follow the Max Preps rankings, and I know they're a little wacky, I don't know if I completely buy into their rankings, but if you do, Centennial was number 2 in the nation going into that Division I championship game against Santa Margarita. The number 1 team from the state of Georgia on Friday lost earlier in that day. So the number 1 team went down. So I was thinking, hey, Centennial's going to win the CIF Southern Section Division I championship. They're going to go to the Open Division State Championship, play De La Salle, and they'll be number 1 in the nation. Well, it did not happen that way. Santa Margarita played a fantastic game. Kudos to Coach Carson Palmer and the Eagles. Man, they dominated. They dominated the Huskies, which pains me to say. I'm a big Centennial fan, but they dominated the 10, and man, we were all surprised. So not a lot, but here's some of the highlights from the Rose Bowl. Again, a shout out to our guy Jacob Pedroza and Coach Chris Chaddick for bringing us great coverage live from the Rose Bowl this past Friday night. If you're looking for more of that coverage, you can find it right here on the YouTube channel.
Inland Sports.
Once again, 42-7 was that final score as Santa Margarita won the Division I championship in the CIF Southern Section, meaning they now go to the state championship in the Open Division, taking on De La Salle from up north. It's going to be, I think, a great game and a great season for Centennial. Man, they beat Mater Dei twice. They had some real quality wins on their schedule. Really thought they were going to win that Division I championship. I think a lot of people did. They were surprised that Santa Margarita was able to beat them twice in one season. Not just twice, but in that second game in convincing fashion there. But a shout out to Matt Logan. You won't find a bigger fan than me of Matt Logan, and I think most people across the IE know that he is a living legend. And man, what he has done for high school football and that program has not been duplicated by another public school out there, beating all these private schools and the advantages that they have. So can't think, I can't think of another program or a coach doing what he has done out there. So shout out to the 10. We love you guys. It's a great, great season. Hoping to see you guys play one more game for a state championship. And again, more coverage from that from the Rose Bowl for the Division I championship right now on Inland Sports YouTube. Also posted a lot of content on our Instagram account as well that you can find. All right, we're going to take a very quick break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we're going to break down Hillcrest's victory against Tockwitz for the Division X championship. We will hear from Hillcrest head coach Travis Carter. We also have highlights of San Jacinto versus La Habra for the Division IV championship game. So those are coming up right around the corner. We will be back with more Inland Sports Show right after this.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Bass Athletics in Corona, driven by passion and hard work, Bass Athletics hopes student athletes push their limits, compete with heart, and build the discipline to succeed in sports, school, and life. For more information on the Bass Private School, visit bassathletics.com. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands with Dr. Marcus Paulson. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist that you can trust. And Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
The Inland Sports Show is proud to partner with Dr. Marcus Paulson and Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Dr. Paulson and his team work with children, teens, and adults using orthodontic products like traditional braces and Invisalign to make a difference in the appearance, comfort, and function of each patient's teeth. Paulson Orthodontics welcomes new patients, so schedule a visit today. Paulson Orthodontics. We make braces fun.
Early on, sports had a positive impact on my life. Starting when I was 5, and even then, I learned the power of sports to change lives by keeping kids focused, determined, and more importantly, off the streets. While my high school and college career was riddled with mistakes, it was meeting my future wife, Stacy, that helped me stay on track. This led to us becoming business partners, building what started as Boost Training, a space where young people could thrive through sports, just as I did. It started on the weekends in 2011 with our 4 quarters program, training athletes at Centennial High School on Saturdays and Sundays. We drive from San Diego to Corona to train sometimes only 3 or 4 athletes. After a couple years, we had over 50 athletes out each day to work with us. This led to our first facility in 2016, a dream manifested. Today, we're at our second facility, continuing to focus on spaces where student athletes can thrive through sports. And we're not done. Sports has always been my passion. It's what I love, and it changed my life. Through our gym and private school, we're creating impact that not only helps student athletes become college athletes, but builds the habits of excellence, building better student athletes in our community, Southern California, and our country. Early on,
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez, talking more high school football. This show is really dedicated to a recap of the CIF Southern Section football championship games. We'll talk a little high school soccer in our final segment, some CBU men's basketball. The Lancers on a huge road trip with a huge game tonight. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. But back to the high school football. I hope you guys on Saturday night had a chance to check out Riverside TV. We had live coverage from the Division X championship game at Norte Vista High School between Hillcrest and Tockwitz. I can't thank the Riverside TV team enough because it was cold out there. It's Thanksgiving weekend. They could have been doing a million different things, with their family and friends. But, man, we all love high school football. We know how much it means to the community. It means a lot to us, too. So we were out there on Saturday night. We had a live Friday night pep rally, pregame show, a halftime update, and a postgame show as the Hillcrest Trojans won the championship. This was the scene. Head coach Travis Carter and the Trojans lifting the trophy, 63-34, the final score for the Division X championship. Matt Ramos, the QB for the Trojans. There's Coach Carter live on our Friday night pep rally set, hoisting the trophy. But QB Matt Ramos, 6 touchdowns in all in that game. He has had a magnificent senior season. Throwing the football, running the football, even catching the football, returning kicks for touchdowns. The guy has literally done it all. So he had a massive game in the championship, as you might expect. As Hillcrest had a big win, now they go on to the state playoffs. We caught up with Trojans head coach Travis Carter right after the victory. He did the Friday night pep rally show, which we really appreciate. The whole team came running over to our little mobile studio, and that was a lot of fun. You can check that out on Riverside TV. But a little bit later, when all the chaos kind of settled down a little bit, I had a minute or two to talk to Coach Carter just about this victory. Here is Travis Carter, the head coach of the Hillcrest football team.
Inland Sports.
Man, congratulations. A lot of people imagine what this feeling might be like now that you're a CIF champion. What is it like?
I'm still processing, Pep. I'm so excited for these kids, man. They really deserve it. They worked their butts off. Coaches did a great job. We're just happy. It's I can't explain this feeling, man. I want it more, though.
With the hardware behind you, man. Where's that going tonight?
I don't even know. I guess we're bringing it back to the school now, and we'll figure it out from there. But yeah, we're just so happy and excited and proud of these kids and these coaches.
Hey, Coach, this playoff run has been unbelievable. I mean, you guys just flipped the switch. Even with that last game against Valley View, the last game of the regular season, what got into this team?
I don't know. But yeah, we've been a totally different team that Valley View week on. just kind of, we kind of hit a low point at one point, and we had to, make some changes, and we did, and the kids responded, and really proud of them.
And finally, Coach, another week of practice, at least one more week, and another game coming up. What are your thoughts on that?
We're blessed to be in this situation. We get to keep playing, keep practicing. So we're just going to keep doing what we've been doing. Work hard during the week, and then hopefully we get to celebrate next Friday as well.
Inland Sports.
All right, congratulations to Hillcrest, your CIF Southern Section Division 10 champion. And they're not done yet. We've got 2 Sun Belt League schools in the state playoffs. In the Southern California Regional Round in Division 4A, we've got the Hillcrest Trojans. It's a Ken Sporting Goods must-see game. It's going to be Hillcrest taking on the Beckman Patriots from Irvine. And this game will actually be at Tustin High School at 6 p.m. on Saturday night. Beckman, your CIF Southern Section Division 8 champion. Hillcrest Division 10. So we'll see how that matchup pans out. I've heard Beckman is pretty good, and Hillcrest will have to go on the road now to try to advance in the state playoffs. But man, another week of practice, another game. Pretty awesome for Hillcrest and Valley View. That's one of our Ken Sporting Goods must-see games this week. 2 teams from the Sun Belt League in the state playoffs. The Sun Belt League, a.k.a. the Fun Belt, as we called it on the Friday Night Pep Rally, because so many good teams, so many great games, a lot of great players and coaches. We love the Sun Belt League, and pretty cool to see 2 teams in the state playoffs. All right, next up, we're going to jump from Division 10 now to Division 4. The San Jacinto Tigers taking on La Habra for the Division 4 championship. Man, what a playoff run for the Tigers. Survive and advance, right? The opening round, that was overtime at Bishop Diego in Santa Barbara. Then it was a triple overtime thriller against top seed Charter Oak. And then even the semifinals was a battle that came down to the very, very end against Villa Park to get to that championship game. The game was at Mount San Jacinto College, the Menifee campus, the brand new football stadium out there. So the Tigers got to host, but they came up a little bit short against La Habra. Our guy Jacob Pedroza covered that game as well. Here's our exclusive extended bonus highlights of San Jacinto versus La Habra for the Division 4 championship. Check it out.
Inland Sports.
right, congratulations to La Habra. Man, another great year for Eric Galliano and the San Jacinto Tigers, a.k.a. the Jack. And always appreciate Coach Galliano reaching out, keeping us up to date on San Jacinto. Man, he's always makes himself available for interviews, lets us know what's going on with the program. So thank you, Coach. I really do appreciate it, man. It's been a lot of fun covering you guys for another great season to get to the Division IV championship game. You guys are awesome. All right, we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we got some high school soccer highlights and an update on CBU men's basketball. If you have not been following the Lancers, they have been on a tear. They've got a huge game tonight at the Delta Center in Salt Lake City against nationally ranked BYU. So we'll talk more about that when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show right after this.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and letterman's jackets. Bass Athletics in Corona, driven by passion and hard work, Bass Athletics helps student-athletes push their limits, compete with heart, and build the discipline to succeed in sports, school, and life. For more information on the Bass Private School, visit bassathletics.com. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands with Dr. Marcus Paulson. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist that you can trust. And Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken.
Hey guys, this is Jason at Ken Sporting Goods. We're almost to 1,000 Instagram followers. Tell your friends, like us, come down, see us. Thank you so much for your loyalty.
A kid that he literally needed belief. He wasn't someone that was maybe as talented as people thought his brother was. He wasn't getting the same shine and the same attention, and he just needed the right place to bring it out. Everyone has different aspects that they need to work on, right? For some kids, they need to get bigger. For some kids, they need to get their academics up. For some kids, it's just overall maturity. But whatever it is, we're gonna bridge that gap. We're gonna get those gaps sewn up now so we can get you ready for when the opportunity does come, you're ready to meet the moment. And that's what development should be. I love to work with a kid who a lot of people don't see it right away. Maybe he just needs a little bit of work. Maybe he needs a little bit of belief. Once you put him in the right setting, put him under a barbell, you put him in the right classroom, and they shine, and that's what development is all about. It's not about where these kids are right now. It's about where they're going and how you as a coach can help them get there. I love doing that. It's the best part of my job.
Inland Sports.
Oh, I mean, if you're a Chargers fan, that was like the last thing you wanted to see is Justin Herbert getting injured in a game, especially against the Raiders, right? The Chargers, you knew the Chargers were going to win this game. The Raiders are a terrible mess right now. And for Justin Herbert to fracture a bone in his left hand, and the Chargers are not a shoo-in for the playoffs right now. I mean, they've got to win some games down the stretch to make sure they get into the playoffs. And if they get into the playoffs, you've got to have Justin Herbert if you feel like you're going to have a chance to win.
Not easy to stay healthy in the NFL, man.
No, it's not, especially as a quarterback. So again, surgery today. We don't know. We don't know what that's going to look like. Will he be back next week? Will he be out in a couple weeks? So we'll keep an eye on Justin Herbert, QB for the Lightning Bolt. USC did beat UCLA over the weekend. Big rivalry game there, but USC is going to be just on the outside looking in on this college football playoff. They'll get into a nice bowl game, like a pretty upper tier bowl game, but not in the college football playoff.
Yep, it's like when they got in there with the big boys, they couldn't quite hang. Good team, but not a great team.
Exactly. You said it best. And now there's, all this conversation about Lincoln Riley maybe on the move from USC. I'll kind of bring it home a little bit. Well, we had the high school football CIF championship games, and our Centennial team from Corona lost to Santa Margarita for the Division I championship at the Rose Bowl. And Santa Margarita is coached by Carson Palmer, and I've seen multiple people on social media saying maybe Carson Palmer should be the next head coach at USC. Go back to where, it all started for him and try to resurrect that program.
Inland Sports.
All right, welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. Make sure you check out some Inland Sports action every Monday and Thursday morning on KCAL 96.7 FM. Hanging out with my boy Patrick in the morning on KCAL. He's a big sports fan. Love talking sports with him. That's every Monday and Thursday morning on KCAL 96.7 FM. All right, if you guys have already done this, thank you so much. But if you haven't, it's early signing day, right, for a lot of high school football players. If you are signing, you have a picture or video, make sure you tag Inland Sports on your favorite social media platform. We'd love to share it and celebrate with you guys on this special day. For example, I know Taylor Johnson, the star linebacker for Cajon, he has signed with USC. Ryder Smith, the big stud fullback linebacker for Great Oak, he has signed with Idaho State. Those are just to name a few that I've already seen out there. You guys have tagged us. Appreciate it. We'll share those, so make sure you tag Inland Sports or Pep Fernandez, and I'll make sure to share it as well. So congratulations to everyone signing on early signing day out there for high school football. All right, let's talk some high school soccer right now. Yes, the soccer season has started. We got highlights from a couple of different games. First, let's take you out to JW North, the mighty Huskies taking on Cajon High School. Ximena Arias had a couple goals for the Huskies. Check out this effort from the outside of her foot. Buries it. Big time goal by Ximena Arias. And then a little bit later, it's going to be Cajon, the free kick. And then the nice stop there for JW North. The Huskies would get the clean sheet in this game. Haley Ayala would also score for Third and Chicago. The big throw-in into the box. And Haley's going to poke it home right there past the keeper. And that would make it 3-0 at the time. Crystal Alvarez would tack on another goal for the Huskies coming up right here as JW North opens up their season with a convincing 4-0 victory against Cajon. We'll have more on this game on the Riverside TV Sports Update and also on Sports Weekly on IEMG, since we had a San Bernardino school and a Riverside school, so be sure to look for that. And also, speaking of Cajon High School, Cajon taking on, Grand Terrace in boys soccer. Check out some of those highlights in this one because, man, Cajon, who was third place in the CBL, a very tough CBL last season. Rev and Beaumont finished in the top spot. Cajon was right on their heels, but the Cowboys opening up the 2025-2026 season with a huge win on the road at Grand Terrace. 6-0 would be your final score. We will have more on the Cowboys this upcoming week on Sports Weekly on IEMG. But that was a big win for Cajon and head coach Rafael Lara. And, of course, Carlos Chaidez, his right-hand man for the Cowboys. So, big win for them, trying to get back on top of the CBL this season. That's a great start for the Cowboys, beating a very tough Grand Terrace team, 6-0. All right, and finally, how about some college basketball? CBU on the gauntlet, we're calling it. A big, big road trip. They opened up the road trip with a huge win on the road at Oregon State. Then they went to Colorado, taking on the Buffaloes. And going into that game against Colorado, it was a battle of undefeated teams. The Buffs were 7-0. The Lancers were 7-0. And CBU actually led by double digits in the first half. They led at halftime, but Colorado comes back to win 78-70, the final score. But in that game, Dominique Daniels Jr. went for 25 points to lead CBU. He continues to have a huge season for the Lancers like he has the last couple of years for CBU, but he's having another monster year. The Buffaloes came into this game averaging close to 95 points per game. So the fact that CBU held them to 78 was pretty good, but they did lose 78-70. And now the huge road trip continues. They go from the Colorado Buffaloes now to take on BYU at the Delta Center. Yes, the home of the Utah Jazz. That game is happening tonight, right now. CBU taking on number 9, nationally ranked, the Cougs, at the Delta Center. And we'll see if CBU can pick up what would be their biggest win in program history, taking on the number 9 team in the entire nation, BYU. And then after BYU at the Delta Center tonight, they still have to take on the Utah Utes. Then they've got Eastern Washington, and then it's finally back home again on December 16th. So a huge road trip against some big-time Power 5 schools. They beat Oregon State. They took Colorado down to the wire. Number 9 BYU tonight, and then Utah coming up to round out this road trip right now. So big week for the Lancers. All right, that's going to do it here for the Inland Sports Show. We appreciate you tuning in. If you've made it this far, give this video a like, and please subscribe to our Inland Sports Show YouTube channel if you have not done so already. And if you're a high school football player and you are signing early, send us your pics, send us your video, or tag us on social media. We'd love to share it and celebrate with you and your family and your programs as well. I'm Pep Fernandez. God bless you guys. Stay safe out there. We'll see you next time on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show. Good night.